Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue dans You Speak Français. On va commencer avec les lundis grammaire. So let's start now with Grammar Mondays. I'm gonna start a series of grammar lessons. We're starting from the beginning now. So lesson number 1 is gonna be about two very important verbs in French, which are être, to be, and avoir, to have. Okay, those are very important. You need to know them because they're used to construct other tense in the past or in the future that you will learn later on through your French journey. So let's dig right into it, learning how to conjugate those verbs in the present tense. But first, before we go into the present tense, we have to learn about the personal pronouns. So what are the French personal pronouns? They are following: je, tu, il. I'm going to type it like this: il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle, plural. So you have guessed it probably. Je is I, tu is you, il is he, elle is she. On is a bit particular. On doesn't mean it. On means we, but it's mainly used in oral languages. So on is equivalent to nous, but in singular form. And then we mainly use it orally only. Nous is we. Vous is you plural or you polite. Very important because we have a polite version in French. When you address somebody older or somebody you don't know, you generally use it vous. So you will say vous, which is you in English, but it don't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference in English. So in French it will be vous. And then you have il pluriel et elle pluriel. They are they. So we also make a difference in plural if it's a man group or female group. Okay. Now that you know the pronouns, let's learn how to conjugate être, which is to be. So you have to learn it by heart. It's very important. Je suis, tu es, il, elle, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils, elles sont. Okay? So, je suis, I am. Tu es, you are. Il, elle, on est, he, she, is. Nous sommes, we are. Vous êtes, you are. Ils, elles sont, they are. One important note here, when you say on est, you have to do what we call the liaison. Meaning, instead of saying on est, French people will say on est. So they will make one word out of it. And this is the case for every time you have a word that ends with a consonant and the next one starts with a vowel, which is the case here. Which is also the case here. Vous êtes. So I didn't say vous êtes, I said vous êtes. So you have to make the liaison. Vous êtes. Alright? Very important. Because that's how we speak. So you have to be able to recognize it. The sooner you know it, the better. That's one point. Tu es is often pronounced orally te. Like this. Because tu es is quite long to say, so French people tend to speak fast and we tend to mix different words into one chunk of words, one big word. And so we squeeze it, we do the elision, meaning we're cutting one vowel and just attaching it to the next word, and tu es becomes te. Okay? just so you know. It's pronunciation purposes, mainly orally. Some people write it like this, like if you text your family or text your friends or stuff like this, but for beginners I would just know it, but please also learn to first, and then you can learn the elision. Okay, so now you can make basic sentences. So like être, we use it for stating the time or the date. For example, today we are Monday. Today we are Monday. So nous sommes lundi. We are Monday. One basic sentences, right? You can use it also for nationality. So, for instance, je suis Canadienne. Right? I'm Canadian. Right? Or, I don't know. Tu es chinois. Okay? Whatever, you can make that. You are Chinese. If I'm talking about, I don't know, my family and I, on est Canadien, which equals nous sommes Canadiens. Canadians, which nous sommes Canadiens, pardon, excusez-moi, nous sommes Canadiens, which equals we are Canadians. Okay? So remember, on equals nous is the same use, but it's not because the use is the same that you have to change the conjugation. The conjugation remains on est or nous sommes. You have to stick together. That's how it remains. So very important. For now, you might have other question on why Canadian is written differently here and here. This is gonna be for another lesson. Don't mind for now, okay? So this is very important. That's how you use it. Then we also use être for quality and default. For instance, elle est drôle. Oops, sorry. She is funny. You know, so that type of collective. Or je suis désolé. That's a very good one you need to know. I'm sorry. Vous êtes libre. No. Maybe why not? Vous êtes libre. You are free. Situation or state. Anyhow, that's very close to English use. Anyhow, the big difference we're gonna see it is with one use with avoir. I'm gonna explain it to you right now. First, let's look at how do we conjugate avoir to have. The pronouns remains the same, okay? Je ai. We'll have to make the elision here for pronunciation purposes, which will become j'ai. Then you have tu as, il, elle, on a, nous avons, vous avez, il, elle, on. I'm going to repeat. J'ai, tu as. A lot of people are going to say ta, right? When they pronounce ta. Il a, elle a, on a. Again, liaison, on a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Okay, so again you have to do the liaison, right? Because there's consonant and the following verb is the following verbs is a vowel. So let's make some example of this. Basic possession, like any possession that you have. Like let's say, j'ai un chien. I have a dog. Or tu as un chat. Okay. You have a cat. So basic possession things. It could be also like family, like she has a sister. Elle a une sœur. She has a sister. Okay. So that's the basic. Then where it differs with English mainly, here it's very important. In French, and that's maybe you have learned it if you've learned some basic sentences in French, you've learned it. In French, you are not an age, you have an age. So you are not 30 years old, you have 30 years implying of age, okay? Donc that's very important, remember this. J'ai X, Y, Z, un. So X, Y, Z being whatever age you are. you can answer in the comment section if you want, or keep it private if you want to, or just invent, doesn't matter. I am, sorry, you see I just made a mistake, XY years old. Okay. Another important difference is for everything that is sensation. Feel sensation like a physical sensation. For instance, in French, we are not angry, hungry, sorry, my H pronunciation. We are not hungry, we have hunger, okay? So, j'ai faim. I am hungry. Right? I am hungry, or tu as soif. You're thirsty. You are thirsty, okay? Why is it making a mistake? I don't know. Windows sometimes, Google Doc, next stuff. Anyway, so just remember that's different. In French, you are not hungry, you have hunger, okay? So those, and you are not an age, you have an age. So those are two main key differences between French and English, and I don't know, maybe other languages. In Latin in general, we're pretty much the same use, right? So that's it for today. If you have any question, anything, you can leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer it. You will also find a link down below for more information, more details, lessons with more example, and also a lot of exercises to practice learning those conjugaison, right? How to conjugate those two very important verbs. And I would suggest practice making your own sentences. So maybe if you want to make 1 or 2 sentences with each verb down below, just try to form your own sentences and start your journey to speak French. Et voilà. Et sur ce, j'espère que vous avez apprécié la classe et que ça vous a donné envie de continuer. Et je vous dis donc à très bientôt. À bientôt.